If you are all hungry for the lectures and thirsty for the workshops, it is appropriate. That's what this conference is all about. I want to really say welcome people who have come from Australia and Great Britain and Canada and San Antonio and San Diego and so on. Everybody is welcome. But we all realize that a conference of this magnitude cannot be organized without the commitment and the hard work of the co-chairs of the conference. And so first and foremost, I would like to offer a very hearty applause of appreciation to Dr. Saul Katz and Dr. Patricia Bennett. And included in that, of course, is the committee which worked with them and many others who volunteered their services to make this conference a great success. And that's what I've been experienced. I leave it to them now, just from the start to finish. Saul and Stan.
I guess this is probably my only chance to take precedence over Saul this week, so I'm going to milk it for all it's worth. Actually, no, I'm not. I have to begin by apologising for confusing. Welcome to you all. It's great to see you all here, and we have the makings of a really good conference here. And I have been told that my language is not sufficiently flowery and hyperbolic for you Americans, so I'll do my best. I'll say we have the makings of a very good conference, and I'm sure we'll all really enjoy ourselves. And now I would say we are in for a fantastic, wonderful week. We have some great speakers. We have some really cutting-edge presentations. You are going to be challenged. You are going to be informed. You are going to be taken to places you never dreamed of. Support the co-chair movement going on here. So the kind of support that I will need in this week is ice cream if I look IRAS and tips on how to Americanise my language a bit and get it a bit more up to the kind of speed that you like. So anyway, but no, joking aside, it's really good to see you. We do have a great conference lined up. There's a lot going on. The Orange Book is your guide to all this stuff. But I do have to begin by making a couple of apologies, because, as I said earlier, there is one rather glaring error in it, and I will try an ice cream for the first person who doesn't tell me what it is. But it isn't something that materially affects the information you need to get to the right places at the right time. So. But my excuse is I proofread it at 3 o'clock in the morning tonight. I'm not at my best though. And I also need to apologise because I did miss off one of our student scholars, Alicia Mather. So her details are not in the book, but they are on the website. Unfortunately, the website is not available at the moment because I'm having a problem with the server, but tomorrow morning, hopefully, we will have the conference website, and on that you will find information about what's going on. We'll also be posting summaries of plenaries, various things under the title of IRAS Bite Size. So you need to get on the website, get looking, get interacting with the stuff that's there. And we also have a true IRAS world here. We have an IRAS Twitter account. Now, I know that you are all avid tweeters and twitterers. So those of you who really want to get into tweeting the conference, just come have a word with me. I'll tell you the login details, and then you can sit there and you can tweet what Sol's saying to the big wide world, and giving the audience that he deserves. Okay. So just a couple of other things to say. This year we're really fortunate to have stand up. So my 5 scholars, could you stand? Stand up. These lovely people may be approaching you at various times in the week to do little things for the website, maybe a little bite-sized interview, maybe your thoughts on something. Please do give them support in that, because they're doing things which are going to help enrich the conference experience. Not just for those of us who are here, but one of the reasons we're having the website is because, as we know, there are many of our members who can't be with us this year, and one of the things we want to do is bring the conference to those who can't be with us by not just posting material from the conference, but by giving them a flavour of what's going on. So we're going to be having photos, IRAS bite-sized bits, all sorts of little things, bits and pieces going on. And that will be only as good as you people make it, okay? I can only do so much. I need you people to engage with what's going on. Get on there, get on the conference blog, post a question, put a comment, leave a comment on the pictures, send a tweet, okay? It's not a one-man show, this thing. You all need to get involved, and that will make it richer for all of us, okay? We have other things going on this week. For the first time, we have not just our scholars, but we have 4 Ruth Shapley Fellows. I don't think they're all here yet, but maybe those who are could stand up. Do we have our fellows? Okay, so we have to. Posters later in the week, and we'll also be doing other things to contribute to the conference effort. So again, if they approach you and ask you to assist them in that, I know that you will. I have full confidence in that. We also have a great poster session lined up. We have 8 posters, all very different, all very interesting, and we're going to be having 2 full poster sessions on Monday afternoon and on Wednesday afternoon. The details are in the Orange Book, and they'll be on the website. The other thing that you'll be able to find on the website once it is up and running is copies of the posters and the handouts, so that you can have a look if you can't get there if you want to look in advance. But the thing about the poster sessions is that, again, that's something which is really about our participation as a community. So these people have put a lot of work into their posters. We have some really interesting things going on them. There are lots of things to intrigue, to get you thinking. But a really important part of the equation is that people go and look at those posters and talk to the people who've made them, have those conversations, ask the questions, give your feedback, because it helps the poster presenters develop their own ideas. It helps you in your thinking, and again, it's just one of those things that it's a real participative effort. So I want to encourage all of you, not just to turn up to the plenaries, not just to turn up to the website, to the workshops, but to get involved with the other things we have going on, because this is going to make it a much richer experience for all of us. So I think I've really said enough. There's probably 100 things I've forgotten, but we will have our usual wonderful system of announcements, which I think Peter will be doing. There'll be announcements on the website. There'll be the beacon, of course, the shining light of every IRAS conference will be coming out every day. So make sure you grab your copy of that. Make sure you contribute to it. Okay? It's yours for the taking, as it were. So get involved with those things too. And most of all, just to say once again, Sol and I hope you have a really good week here. We do have some great stuff. We hope you find it stimulating, informative, and above all, challenging, because one of the things we want to do is go away from this conference with some ideas for ourselves about how we can grapple with these issues at the level of our own personal behaviour at the level of our communal behaviour, the communities we're involved in, and at the level of our politics as well. How do we get involved with these things in a way that helps change these systems that we need to change? So, get stuck in and have a great week.
Should I start off with American or English praise for all that wonderful introductions that you did for us? It's great to be participating with you and co-chairing this conference, and I'm looking forward to working with each and every person here as much as we worked with one another before you got here. So it's really just a great pleasure to be back with you all. For those who are very familiar with my vision here right now, and also for those who have come for the first time. And we want to welcome everyone. I want to welcome you all because I think it's really important to acknowledge that you care to be here. We all care to be here because that's one of the dimensions, I think, that we're going to be able to bring forward from this. It's a caring community, it's a caring, thoughtful approach toward understanding and developing new ideas. So that's one of the biggest and most important parts of the week for me, and I hope for us as a whole. What I'm going to do is recommend that you think about, there's a sheet of paper actually in the back. I just wanted to get one of those pieces if I could, just very quickly. The declaration, yes, thank you. I just want to hold it up so you can see what it looks like. Thank you very much. This is a global, it says global petition. This is a concept that we developed for this, initially for the Parliament of the World's Religions in Melbourne. And then on the second page is a set of ideas and instructions that you'll see. It's at the back, and maybe you can pick it up at the end because we're not going to deal with it tonight at all. But I wanted you to be able to take a copy of this and begin to work with it. And the second part is the development of the conference, a declaration to come from this conference. And that's something that I hope that Pat's really important comments that she just made to you about a community and about the interaction that we all have, that we can begin to take that very seriously and do something constructive that we can all participate in. So this is the goal for this conference, and on Friday morning we'll be looking at the results of it. Meanwhile, on the pages, when you read them, you'll see a set of instructions, and there will be some follow-up tomorrow. We'll have some roundtable lunches all set up, and over the course of the week, for those who would like to participate, to get involved and do something new and exciting and dynamic that we hope will have significant lasting power that will bring the creative energy of IRAS as a whole into the process. So that's what we're looking to do, and I hope that we can achieve that. Now tonight we have, of course, introductions, and I do want to introduce various people. I see Rena Chen here, who I'll just mention. She's going to be doing a whole set of videos, and then we're going to actually, we had hoped to get them as live stream. In fact, I think we're experimenting with that tonight. That is actually, this may be live. I'm not sure who's seen it because we didn't announce it. We didn't dare because the bandwidth of the institution wasn't sufficient to support it, but we'll try it anyway to see if it works. If it does, then we'll all have to write out to everybody on our Facebook pages and whatever, LinkedIn pages and all the other networks that we have, that they can be part of our discussion too. So this may be an interesting opportunity. Certainly in the future, as the bandwidth problems disappear and that improves, we'll have that. But for now, we'll certainly have it, the links connected into the website, certainly connected to for follow-up purposes of everything that we do and say here. And so we hope that that will be helpful to all those in all the groups that each of us participate in. So I'm looking forward to that, you know, in a way, in a very constructive way. It's a new chapter from the way we're doing things. Now, we have, as Pat mentioned, And I will just second, we have an incredible, if you don't mind my saying, incredible series of speakers, plenary speakers lined up, and I just wanted to call out their names. I'm not sure everybody's here yet, so I'm just going to call out the names as we go and recognize that some of you are not here yet. But I have seen some, so I will look around and see if I can spot you in the audience here. So starting tomorrow evening, Dr. Sandra Hassing is a physician, an obesity specialist who will be here, and she's sitting right here in the orange, I think that's orange. I'm a little colorblind. Good. So you'll correct me. And she'll be addressing questions of obesity and undernutrition and micronutrition, etc. Oh, I'm getting much louder here. Okay. I think that the next morning, I'll be talking tomorrow morning again, actually. I'll be talking with a different hat on, hopefully with a different voice too here. I think it's echoing pretty much in my ears, by the way, you guys now. So I just wanted to call your attention to that. The second thing that I'll be doing is wearing a different hat. I'll be wearing a hat as an anthropologist tonight. I'm wearing a hat as a member of IRAS and as a member of a broader context of communities focused on world food problems. And tomorrow I'll focus from within my field outside to the rest of us. So the next piece of this is Dr. Barry Brenton. And I see Barry's over here right at the end. And he's going to be addressing food sovereignty and environmental nutrition. And he comes here straight from a trip from India, by way of Brazil, by way of Rome. I think that's correct. I don't know if he even stopped in between, and then except for the fact that the plane was late departing from India last night, so, or this morning, whatever. And so he just arrived, and so if he falls asleep in the middle of this, we'll forgive him. Anyway, we're looking forward to his presentation. And like him, all the others are listed with their bio statements and their abstracts in this orange book. So it's really important to use this as a way of sourcing what's going to be said and who's saying it and who they are. So it's really important to know that. The second piece of this is that we have a regret too. Unfortunately, Gary Navin cannot be with us. His wife had to have some surgery, hip surgery, and it was delayed twice in a row, and it's on now. And so he cannot leave there and be here for a week with us and be with her at the same time. So he sends his deep regrets. He is going to send his paper, so the paper will come out with our session when it's published. But the fact of the matter is that he cannot be able to be with us. I might add, though, those of you who want to know his latest perspectives besides his abstract, I think that maybe we put it in here, I'm not sure it is, because he notified us just before this went to press. But the bottom line is you can read all about him, and he wrote an amazing op-ed piece last Monday in the New York Times. So a very big piece, very highly reviewed, etc. So if you want to read about what he's talking about, that would be great. The next part of this is going to be on Monday evening, and Ellen Messer. I saw Ellen. I think she's here. There you are. Sorry. Somehow I remember the green. I remember green, so but it's purple. Anyway, Ellen comes to us to talk about the human right to food. And that is central, of course, to the issues that we'll be talking about throughout the week. And on top of that, she was kind enough to take the challenge and that I sent off to the speakers. The challenge is to help us with the declaration that we're going to be developing. And so even though it arrived while I was here and out of email contact, I will get it and we'll have it for you tomorrow morning. So this has got the Melbourne statement in it. It will not have Ellen's revisions of that and suggestions for how we move ahead. So I want you to be aware that we already have a new draft in, and it'll be open for discussion. On Tuesday morning, we have an unusual day Tuesday, but on Tuesday morning, we'll start off with Bob Lawrence. Bob is a senior professor at Johns Hopkins University. He has had many different experiences. He isn't here right now. He's still at a reunion right now for his 75th birthday with several other friends of his who are all having their 75th birthday right now, the celebration. And so when they sober up from, when they recover from this celebration, he's going to be driving. And sometime on Monday he will be with us, but I'm not sure he'll be with us tomorrow. At least that's the current understanding that I have. But all kidding aside, he's an incredibly interesting man. He was the director of Physicians with Responsibility, and they won a Nobel Peace Prize for their work, incidentally. And then Sedev Kumar is a member of IRAS, is right here, and he's going to be talking about bioprospecting or biopiracy. Needless to say, I guess you can figure out how that fits into the whole question of what we do and what our responsibilities are and how this is all going to work. So this is another piece of our puzzle. If you notice, what we're doing is we're covering a whole set of issues so that no one person, including me, even though I'd love to cover them all here for you tonight, we won't be able to. I had 119 slides and I cut it way down in order to accommodate what we can do tonight. But Anita Spring, is Anita here? I saw her earlier this year, so yeah, good. Anita is going to be talking about food security and agricultural innovation, and she has just returned from a global tour of many countries working with the FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, to provide them new insights on women in agriculture. So that should be a really important contribution to our understanding. Steve Finn, I saw him drive by, but I don't think, oh, he is here, good. Yes, Steve Finn is going to be dealing with global food waste. And that's a key issue that all of us, and I'm glad you didn't make it to the cocktail reception tonight, or the fair, because we split, our committee has been very active and very innovative, and we've encouraged the administration here to be very careful with the food that we're using for our breaks, the food that we're using for our happy hour, etc. But we didn't mention the word waste to them. And so we got a lot more than we needed to eat. So I decided as one to, I'm not sure I was really a sacrifice, but I did sacrifice dinner in order to honor our commitment to saving on food waste.
That increases it.
That may have increased it, yes. But at least there was less food wasted there than here. Maybe it'll be recycled.